Hello everyone. I thought I would make a video on interpreting meaning within a text. Now, because some people have this idea that that when it comes to media literacy, that everything has a meaning, and some other people think that nothing has a meaning. Well, it seems to me that the people who think everything has a meaning within a text are just as media illiterate who think that nothing has a meaning within a text. Because now a lot of writers, including myself, will write in such a way that you can imply or infer meaning within a text, even meaning that we did not intend, but you don't have to. Something can be enjoyed on multiple levels. Now, sometimes an image will have a significant or deeper meaning. Uh, Other times, however, a writer will, because some people think, well, why would a writer go into such vivid detail about something if it doesn't have a meaning? Well, in some cases, a writer goes into detail to create a more rich or vivid experience. So, because sometimes the purpose is just to make something seem beautiful, and it can have meaning on that level. It doesn't always have a deeper meaning, although it can and sometimes does. But it seems to me that with me, when it comes to media literacy, you need to be able to distinguish between those two things. But also at the same time, um, when it comes to assigning meaning, most writers care more about, however, what you get out of it. What do you take away from it? What meaning do you get out of it? Not necessarily what we think the meaning is or what our intention was. Now, in some cases, it can be frustrating if someone takes a meaning that is the exact opposite in some cases, but unless the writer has intentionally left room for nuance. But but it's far more interesting to hear about your interpretation and not necessarily what the writer thinks. Now, I am of the opinion that the writer's interpretation or meaning is does take supremacy, but that doesn't mean that something there's a difference between subjective meaning and objective meaning. So you can have your own subjective meaning of a text, and that can be perfectly valid to you. And but then what the author meant is more of the objective meaning. Meaning can exist in two categories. It doesn't mean your subjective meaning is necessarily invalid, but there's a difference between saying here's what I took away from a text and saying this is what the text objectively means. Those exist in two different categories. And so it seems to me that media literacy is far more complex than just saying that nothing has a meaning or everything has a meaning. There's a lot of nuance, and it's far more important for the reader to take away their own private meaning than for the writer to impose their own interpretation on a text, unless, of course, they're asked about it in an interview or something like that.